Camille Hall here for the Memphis Music Bank to give you the local and national headlines of what's breaking in the entertainment industry today. According to Deadline.com, some Texas movie chains are thinking of reopening. Despite Texas Governor Greg Abbott permitting movie theaters to reopen on May 1st in his state, numbering nearly 30 million, big movie chains like AMC and Cinemark, which is located in Plano, Texas, are still eyeing midsummer reopening, not only out of safety, but also due to the lack of new, fresh studio content. Abbott says that cinemas, restaurants, retailers, and malls could operate at a 25% capacity. Cinemark boss Mark Zorati said in a conference call to Analysis 2 weeks ago that the chain could operate and make money off auditoriums with a 25% and a 30% capacity limit. Alas, the problem lies in there's no new films, evident in Universal taking their June 19th Pete Davidson comedy The King of Staten Island straight to VOD on June 12th. Said a Cinemark spokesperson in response to this afternoon's news, Cinemark is continuing to follow the timeline Mark Zorati discussed on his April 15th liquidity call. The company is currently working toward a midsummer opening date, contingent upon health and safety regulations, as well as availability of studio content. The first release currently scheduled is Christopher Nolan's Tenet, set for July 17th. It is important to note that the theatrical exhibition's return to normalcy may span multiple months, driven by staggered theater openings due to government limits, reduced operating hours, lingering social distancing, and a ramp-up of consumer comfort with public gatherings. In response to Georgia's reopening of movie theaters, AMC released a statement on Friday exclaiming, "Not yet." As the largest movie theater chain in the United States, AMC is strongly committed to bringing movies back to the big screen safely and responsibly. As we plan on reopening, the health and safety of our guests and associates is our absolute highest priority. To be able to open, we also need a line of sight into a regular schedule of new theatrical blockbusters that get people truly excited about returning to their favorite movie theaters. Those blockbusters are scheduled to return this summer, beginning with Warner Bros. Tenet and Disney's Mulan, with many more major titles scheduled immediately thereafter. While we expect to open our theaters in the weeks ahead of these new blockbusters, utilizing creative programming of immensely popular previously released films, we would be wise to do so only directly in advance of the release of major new movie titles. AMC is currently working through every detail required to successfully showcase these exciting new releases in an environment that's safe and welcoming for moviegoers, and we will share those details as we get closer to the dates when our theaters will reopen. Texas-based chain Alamo Drafthouse will also be taking its time to open despite the semi-clear from Abbott. Opening safely is a very complex project that involves countless new procedures and equipment, all of which require extensive training. This is something we cannot and will not do casually or quickly. We will not be opening this weekend. But know this, when we do open, we will be providing the safest possible experience for both our staff and our guests, and we can't wait to see all of you again, said Alamo spokesperson today. Not reopening until mid-May in Texas are barbershops, hair salons, bars, and gyms, such establishments being part of the next phase of business reopenings. Sources have told Deadline that the theaters who can risk reopening financially are those exhibitors who own their own properties. Currently, a number of major exhibitors are renegotiating and also getting eases on their leases, and it's not in their best financial interest to reopen when there's no new films, and foot traffic is expected to slow initially. While there's no new big titles on the marquee, many theaters are planning to book studio catalog titles, movies that can charge low ticket prices for and reap all of the upside of concession monies.